Hi there, guys. Welcome back. And we're going back to 1908 once again. It's May 5th, 1908. Yet again, we have the Red Sox at the Athletics. I show this to you all the time, but Red Sox now 3 games out of first place. The Athletics, of course, are up there. They've won 4 in a row. Boston's lost 3 in a row. It's surprising to see Philadelphia playing so well because they were not this good in real life. But that's the reason why we play these games. We could always sit down with the calculator and talk about sabermetrics and stuff all day long. In my mind, it's more fun to play. Here's Doc Gessler leading this off for Boston. He rolls a 44 for a 7. That's a single to right field, and up comes Bob Unglaub. And, in real life, they would do a lot of this. Let's try this out. We're going to bunt with Unglaub. Remember, we looked this up before and saw that this is what they do. The rule's a 61 for a 30, and that's going to be a bunt over to the left side. The third baseman, Collins, has that. Throws over to first, which is being covered by the other Collins. Collins to Collins, and Gessler makes it over to second base. 1 away, and here's Amby McConnell, the Red Sox with 2 more chances to drive this run home. McConnell rolls a 61 for a 42 and is hit by the pitcher. So Eddie Plank hits McConnell, and that brings up Heine Wagner. Plank this season, 3-1, 126 ERA, 216 batted against average. Has struck out 17 and walked only 1, which was that walk that we just saw. That's really interesting. Wow, he's pitched all those games, 4 games, without giving up a single walk. Amazing. Heine Wagner rolls a 21 for a 30. That's a fly ball to left field. Hartzell's got that for the out, 2 away. Here's Gavy Kravitz, and Gavy rolls a 62 for a 12. That's going to be a little ground ball to the shortstop, where are you here, Nichols, who flips to Collins at second for the out. We go to the bottom of the first, and it is Jimmy Collins up there. Jimmy rolls 65 for a 35. Here's the little E roll, and it's a 31 out of the range. So that's a pop-up over to the third baseman, and it's going to be Harry Lord, I believe, who makes the play and makes the catch, 1 away, and Danny Murphy's up there. Danny Murphy rolls a 31 for a 9. That's a single over short, so both teams have a hit. Up now, Topsy Hartzell, and this is the question. Is there an 11? There is an 11. If there's an 11, we're going to do the 11 thing. Rolls a 41 for a 28, and the hit and run keeps them out of the double play. That's a ground ball to Heine Wagner, who throws to first. Murphy moves to second. Harry Davis up there now, 2 away. And Davis rolls a 44 for an 8 against the B that won't do much. It's a comeback over to Burchell, throws to first, and we go to the top of the second. I was right, it is Harry Lord. See, you remember this stuff after a while. Harry Lord up there rolls a 34 for a 44, and the little E rolls a 63, so it's out of the range. Fly ball to center field. Oldring has that for the out, 1 away. Bill Kerrigan up there now rolls a 21 for a 30. Fly ball to left, and Hartzell's got that, 2 away. Denny Sullivan rolls a 51 for a 9. That's going to be a single, and up comes the pitcher, Fred Burchell. Not a bad card for a pitcher, and Burchell rolls a 25 for an 8. That's a ground ball over to third base. Collins has it, goes to first. And we go to the bottom of the second just like that. It's Rube Oldring to lead this off for the Athletics. Rube rolls an 11 for a 0. This is what happens, man. 63 then for a 7. That's a single to right. They're getting lucky with the rolls. Up comes Eddie Collins. Oldring, runner on at first base. We'll try a hit and run again. The roll's a 42 for a 13, and that's a strike him out, throw him out as Collins strikes out, and the runner is thrown out trying to steal. 2 away just like that, and it's Schreckling Ghost, one of my favorite names. Rolls a 22 for a 7, single to right field, and that'll bring up Simon Nichols. Schreckling Ghost on at first base, 2 outs, bottom of the second. And the roll's a 61 for a 32. That's a fly ball over to center field. Sullivan has that for the out. We go to the top of the third inning, and it's Doc Gessler. Gessler rolls a 33 for a 0, and the next roll is a 62 for a 5. That'll be a double over first past Davis. That brings up Bob Unglaub. Unglaub rolls a 34 for a 44. The little E roll is a 21 within the range, and that'll be a fly ball over to right field, and Murphy ends up dropping that one, allows Gessler to go to third. Unglaub stays at first. Now there's nobody out here top of the third inning. Andy McConnell up, runners on at first and third. We're going to pull the infield in. The roll is a 61 for a 42, and that's another hit by pitch. That's the second time I think that McConnell's been hit by the pitch. If I remember right, it was the Athletics player who had a hit by pitch. I can't remember. And that'll bring up Heine Wagner one way or another. Bases loaded, nobody out, bottom of the third. Infield comes in. Roll is a 26 for a 27, and that's a foul strike. I hit bunt instead, my bad. And we're going to try that again. And the roll this time is a 13 for a 14 for a ball. 1-1 the count on Wagner. And he rolls a 36 for a 33. Here's a little E roll. And it's a 35 out of the range. And it's a line drive over to the first baseman, Davis, who has that for the out, 1 away. Gavy Kravitz comes up, 1 away here, top of the third, 0-0. Bases loaded, and he rolls an 11 for a 0. and a 53 for a 5. That's a double to right field, and that will score all 3 runners as Kravitz finds himself perched upon second base. Eddie Plank has a little bit of bad luck, and it's a 3-0 game for Boston. Here's Harry Lord. Lord rolls a 12 for a 24, and Lilly rolls a 22. That's going to be a 17. That's another fly ball over to Murphy in right field, who drops it. Second error on the Athletics, and here's Bill Kerrigan. This looks more like the Athletics I was expecting to see. Kerrigan rolls a 66 for a 0, and the next roll is a 12. It's an 11. That'll be a single scoring 1, and Lord goes over to second. 4-0 now Red Sox, and you're watching this live, right? I'm not doing any trickery at all. Denny Sullivan up there rolls a 33 for a 7, and that'll be a single that will score another one. It's 5-0, and Kerrigan goes over to third. I'll bring up Fred Burchell. 5-0 already. And Burchell rolls an 11 for a 7. It's a fly ball over to center field. Oldring has that for the out, and the run scores. It's now 6-0. 6-0, and up comes Doc Gessler, and Gessler rolls a 42 for a 14, and the runner on first base does nothing, then rolls a 31 for a 9. That's an infield hit. Hit number 7 for the Red Sox, and it's Bob Unglaub, who rolls a 62 for a 12. That's a ground ball over to the shortstop, Nichols, who goes the easy way to Collins at second for the out. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Guess what I'm going to do? We're done with Eddie Plank, who just does not have it today. It's going to be Shag Shaughnessy who comes into a pinch hit for him. Shaughnessy, 5 plate appearances, no hits. Rolls a 62 for a 12, and here's the little E roll. It's a 62, and so it's a little ground ball to the first baseman, Unglaub, who takes it to the bag himself, 1 away. Jimmy Collins now rolls a 41 for a 28. It's a ground ball to Heine Wagner, who goes to first, 2 away. Danny Murphy rolls a 55 for an 8, and there's a single left center field hit number 4, and that'll bring up Topsy Hartzell, who, as you remember, is the famous player that Cincinnati tried to do everything they could to buy in 1900, including basically breaking the rules. He rolls a 45 for a 14, and that's a walk by Burchell. That's his 14th walk of the season. That's a big contrast to what Plank was doing. Up now, Harry Davis, runners on at first and second. Davis rolls a 53 for a 19. That's changed to an 18, and that's going to be a single through short, and that will score 1 and advance Hartzell to third. So it's a 6-1 ball game. So you're saying there's a chance. And here's Rube Oldring. 2 outs still, runners on at the corners. He rolls a 64 for a 13. He'll strike out. We go to the top of the 4th inning. And let's see who we're going to put in. We could put in Coombs. That actually might not be a bad idea. Let's do that. We're going to put in Jack Coombs as the relief pitcher. He'll face Amby McConnell. And the roll's a 51 for an 8. That's a ground ball over to Nichols, who goes to first. 1 gone. Heine Wagner rolls a 22 for an 8. That's another ground ball over to Nichols. Goes to first. 2 away. Gavy Kravitz rolls a 44 for an 8. So it's 3 balls there to Nichols, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. Eddie Collins is up there. Collins rolls a 64 for a 29. Ground ball back to Burchell, goes to first, 1 away. Schreckenghost now rolls a 15 for an 8. That's a single to left center. That'll bring up Simon Nichols. Runner on at first, 6-1 the score, and here comes Nichols. He rolls an 11 for a 0. And then it's a 43 for an 11. That's going to be a single, sends Schreckenghost to third, and Nichols then steals second. Thanks to the magic of the 11, that brings up Jack Coombs. One of the reasons why I wanted to put him in is because Jack Coombs can hit the ball. We want guys who can hit the ball. He rolls a 41 for a 28, so that's going to be a ground ball over to the shortstop. Wagner goes to first with it. It's 6-2, and here's Jimmy Collins now with 2 outs. Try that again. Rolls a 52 for a 27. That's a ground ball to third base. And Lord has that and goes to first, and we go to the top of the 5th. Here is Harry Lord, who rolls a 25 for a 10. That's a single off Jack Coombs. That'll bring up Bill Kerrigan. He rolls a 36 for a 33. Pop up over to the third base side. Jimmy Collins has that, 1 away. Denny Sullivan now rolls a 15 for an 11. Single sends Lord to third. Sullivan then steals second, and that'll bring up the pitcher spot and Fred Burchell. 1 out, top of the 5th. No need really to bunt here. Burchell rolls a 24 for a 13. That's a strikeout. Good thing we weren't bunting. Lord would be out of the plate. Doc Gessler now rolls a 32 for a 26. That's a ground ball over to second. Collins has it, goes to first. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 6-2 still Red Sox. And Danny Murphy up there rolls a 31 for a 9, but against the C, it's a pop-up only to Lord, the third baseman, 1 away. Topsy Hartzell now rolls a 15 for an 11. That's a single, and then he steals second as usual. And that brings up Harry Davis, one out here, bottom of the 5th. Davis rolls a 43 for a 29. That's a ground ball, rather, over to Unglaub, who throws it to Burchell, covering the bag at first for the out. 2 away, and it's Rube Oldring. Oldring rolls, as you see there, an 11 for a 0. And a 45 for a 6. That's going to be a double to right field. That'll score the runner. That makes this a 6-3 ball game. 9 hits from both teams so far, and here's Eddie Collins. Collins rolls a 14 for a 43, and Little E rolls a 66, so that ends up being a fly ball over to center field, excuse me. Sullivan has that for the out, and we go to the top of the 6th. Boy, someone must have switched up the 1908 cards with another season or something. Red Sox up to bat. Unglaub rolls a 63 for a 31, fly ball to Oldring in center, 1 away, and it's Amby McConnell rolls a 13 for a 14 and takes a walk. 1 on, 1 out. Heine Wagner up there rolls a 53 for a 19. That's changed to 21, and that's going to be an error on the first baseman. Ground ball over to Nichols, throws over to first, and Davis drops it, or lets it get by him, rather. McConnell now at third, Wagner at second. Gavy Kravath is up there, 6-3 still the score. Only 1 out. Kravath rolls a 32 for a 26. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. Collins goes to first, but the run scores, 1 at least, and it's a 7-3 game. And here's Harry Lord, who rolls a 45 for a 14 and takes his base. Only the second walk given up by Jack Coombs. Here's Bill Kerrigan. He rolls an 11 for a 0 and a 35 for a 6. That'll be a double clearing the bases. It's now a 9-3 game. And Denny Sullivan comes up there. Sullivan rolls a 26 for a 27. That's a ground ball over to the third baseman Collins, who throws on to first. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Ossie Schreckenghost up there, 9-3 Red Sox. Schreckenghost rolls a 14 for a 43 as a pop-up over to Kravath, the left fielder, for the first out, and it's Simon Nichols. Nichols with the 43 for a 29. Little comeback over to Burchell, who goes to first with it for the out. I didn't think I was going to do this, but I am. We're taking Coombs out. We're going to put in Herbie Moran. Probably not the best pinch hitter choice. And he rolls a 54 for a 45, and we go to the top of the 7th inning. So Moran is going to be taken out. This is one of these things I've always noticed about Skeetersoft, right? Okay, Krause is a 9, but you get a bunch of these guys who are like 1s. You get so many extremes in this game. Harry Krause comes up against Fred Burchell, who will hit for himself. Burchell rolls a 25 for an 8, ground ball to short, and Nichols goes to first for the out, 1 away. Nichols has had everything in the field for the Athletics. Doc Gessler up, rolls a 12 for a 24. It's another ground ball over to Nichols, who goes to first, 2 away. Bob Unglaub rolls a 14 for a 43. It's a fly ball over to left field. Hartzell has it. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Jimmy Collins leads this off and rolls a 14 for a 43. Little E roll is next, and it's a 13, and that's going to be in the range. That changes it to 19. It'll be an error on Harry Lord. That brings up Danny Murphy. Runner on at first base, nobody out, but down by 6. You're not going to bunt. You're not going to do anything. And the roll is a 66 for a 0. Next roll is a 23 for a 6. That's a double that will send Collins to third. And here come the Athletics. Bottom of the 7th inning, still a 9-3 ball game. Athletics have been getting their hits, just haven't been converting them at a high enough tempo or high enough frequency. Here's Topsy Hartzell. He rolls a 15 for an 11. That's going to be a single that will score 1, send Murphy to third, and Hartzell then will steal second with Harry Davis up there. 9-4 is the lead. Davis rolls a 64 for a 41. And that's going to be a balk. That's a balk that allows a run to score. Hartzell goes over to third base. That is a rare play. 9-5 is now the score as Burchell balks. And he then rolls a 26 for a 27. Ground ball over to third base. Lord goes to first with it, 1 away. Rube Oldring is up there, and he rolls a 33 for a 7. That's a single to right field, and that will score the runner. That's going to have to be it for Burchell. I know it's 1908, and I don't like doing it, but we really have no choice. There it is. Display card. We could put Seacott in, but he's really a starter. Glaze, maybe. Grades or Purett. Glaze or Purett. Let's take a look here and see. Purett has been in 2 games already so far. Excuse my fatigue, and so has Glaze. Well, we're going to do Purett then. What I really wish is that it would have a more easy to see system to see who's on the bench. This one, I wish I could see the stats. I wish I could see like a line thing. Again, like in Diamond Mine. Tex Purett comes in here to face Eddie Collins. 9-6, the Red Sox lead. Collins rolls a 33 for a 0. Next roll is a 24 for a 6. There's a chance he might hit a home run, and it's a 65 is the roll. And that is a double, and Rube Oldring goes to third. Collins is at second, and here comes Eddie Collins. I'm sorry, here comes Schreckengost. There we go, Ossie Schreckengost with 2 men on, only 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. Roll is a 62 for a 12, and that's a strikeout. So 2 are away now, and here's Simon Nichols. He rolls a 55 for an 8, and that's a single. That'll score 2, and Nichols then is caught trying to steal. That makes this one a 9-8 ball game. This is incredible. This is an absolutely incredible game. I never would have imagined that we'd have a game like this. Holy cow. So the single ends up scoring the run, scoring 2 runs. It's now 9-8, and we go to the top of the 8th inning. 10 hits for the Red Sox and 14 for the Athletics. Only 4 errors committed in this game, 3 of them by Philadelphia. That's kind of the difference here now, and it's Amby McDonald to face Harry Krause. He rolls a 23 for a 32, fly ball to right field. Murphy has that, 1 away. Heine Wagner now up there, rolls a 61 for a 13 and strikes out, 2 gone, and it's Gavy Kravitz who rolls a 42 for a 14 and walks. That brings up Harry Lord. Lord rolls a 14 for a 43. It's going to be a fly ball over to center field, and center fielder Oldring has that for the out. And fasten your seatbelts. We're going to the bottom of the 9th inning. Harry Krause, or bottom of the 8th inning. Harry Krause is the hitter who's due off to lead off the inning. We're going to replace him with Sid Smith, and just hope that this game doesn't go long and we don't have a catcher injured. Sid Smith rolls a 41 for a 28. That's a grounder over to Wagner at short, who goes the easy way to first, 1 away. And here comes Jimmy Collins. Collins 0 for 4 today. He rolls a 34 for a 44. They're missing Collins' bat. Next roll is a 53, and so that's a fly ball over to center field, and it's going to be Sullivan who has that for the out, 2 away. Now here is Danny Murphy. Murphy rolls a 53 for a 16, changed to an 18. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop Wagner. Makes a good play on it and goes to first for the out, and we go to the top of the 9th inning. Now, Sid Smith is not going to be the pitcher here. I'm glad that I had checked because I will forget. I have forgotten many, many times. We're going to put Chief Bender in this game. Might as well. Yeah, I want to change the pitcher. Thank you. Kerrigan rolls a 53 for an 18. That's changed to 20. That's going to be an error on the second baseman, Collins. And up will come Denny Sullivan. Sullivan rolls a 23 for a 32. Fly ball to right field. It is Murphy who has that for the out. 1 away. It brings up Tex Pruitt, and he's not going to hit for himself either. Jack Thoney will be the pinch hitter. Rolls a 32 for a 26. That is a ground ball over to second base. Collins flips that one over to Nichols for the force out of second. Return throw to first base is not in time. Thoney is there easily, and we have 2 outs now in the top of the 9th inning. Here's Doc Gessler. Gessler rolls a 44 for a 7. That's a good base hit for him. Thoney goes over to third base, and that'll bring up Bob Unglaub. 2 outs still, top of the 9th. 9-day Red Sox, and Unglaub rolls a 31 for a 30. Fly ball over to left field. Hartzell has that for the out, and we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. And this one was not a very close game until it became a close one, and they're going to put Tannehill in, the old Pittsburgh pitcher. Hartzell, so far today, 2 for 3, complicated day, scored 2 runs, 2 stolen bases, and he rolls a 24 for a 13 for a strikeout, 1 away. Harry Davis now the batter. He rolls a 45 for a 14, so Davis walks, and that brings up Rube Oldring. Davis is the potential tying run. Davis up on at first base does have the 11. We will do a hit and run, but remember, a strikeout kills us. And the roll's a 42 for a 32. That's a fly ball over to right field. Gessler has it for the out. 2 away now. As soon as I rolled that 42, I was like, I got to see what this guy's card is. And yeah, it was not a 13. Up now is Eddie Collins with the last hope for Philadelphia in this game. Collins rolls a 26 for a 30. It's a fly ball over to left center field. Sullivan goes over the center fielder and grabs that for the out. And there's your final ball game. So, or final in the ball game. The Athletics come very, very close to coming back. They just fall short of this one. They were down 6-0 at the beginning of the game, and then 9-3, and scored 5 in the bottom of the 7th, and just missed out. 25 hits total. 11 left on by the Red Sox. This looks like a modern-day game, not like a 1908 game as far as my prejudices are concerned. Hope you have a good day. I'll talk with you tomorrow. Bye.